Hello, greetings, Armoured Pants here. I have another video for you. Firstly, before we get into it, some World of Tank Blitz assets. I'd just like to bring your attention to blitzhanger.com, obviously in English, because I don't speak anything else, and Blitz Stars. Blitz Stars is a fantastic asset for individual statistics. I've been using it for quite some time. Also, I supported their sock rubber. One of the admins there does a fantastic job. I don't actually think he is the actual sock robber, the guy who takes your socks, you know, when you put 20 pairs into the tumble dryer and only 17 come out, plus this arbitrary sock you've never seen before. I don't think that's actually him, but it is a cool name nonetheless. And Blitzhanger is actually an excellent asset, I have to say, really good. Lots of statistics on tanks, and it actually gives you a summary and all the details of updates, which is perfect, so you don't have to watch stupid videos by YouTubers. You just do it all yourself. So it's like a self-help book, which is actually helping you yourself. So I definitely recommend those if you're not using them already, and if you can support them somehow. I mean, I just became a patron for Blitzhanger because I do like to support the community. If you can support the guys in some way, I would definitely recommend it, because every little helps, as Tesco says. I'd also like to draw your attention to Napoleon's Notebook on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, I'm also a military historian, and I run this page with my brother, and we do all things military history related. So if you are not just interested in tanks, but actually military history, you may find this useful. And this is a bit of shameless promoting of my own other page, but then I don't get anything for any of this, so why not? You know, nobody's paying me but myself. So and I think, but this is a great page, by the way, if you're interested in military history, so enjoy. So anyway, this is an M4 mastery game. The M4 is a much maligned tank. It gets a lot of criticism. I'm not really sure why. I think it's a great tank, and I've always enjoyed playing it. Just look through the ammo load here. I always have APC ore because of the 76mm gun. If you are up tiered, you definitely need it. And this loadout here, I mean, this is a medium tank. It's very maneuverable, so this is why I use a refined gun, because I want to be able to snipe with it. So it can do both jobs. And then if you do get into a close brawl, it's maneuverable enough anyway. I don't think you need the additional equipment loadout. The 76mm gun is great. I really like it, but it doesn't have the muzzle velocity of the German guns. So if you're used to playing the 75mm German guns, you will notice a decrease in the muzzle velocity and increase in dispersion, and actually you'll see that, an example of that in a shot I make in this game that's coming up. It has amazing frontal armour, you know, it looks great, and it's able to bounce shots, and I believe if it was a person, it would be like here, and as you can see, this amazing frontal armour there, which is really quite prominent, and it is an amazing American icon, just like the beautiful Scarlett Johansson. I think the M4 itself is iconic. I think, along with the Mustang, perhaps is one of the most iconic pieces of American military material of the Second World War, and I think it's a fantastic tank to drive, to play with. I've always enjoyed it. I mean, it's not as fast as some other mediums. Its gun isn't as good as some other mediums like the Germans, and its armour isn't as good as some other mediums, for example like the Panzer or 4.5. But having said that, all round, I think it's better. All round, it's a fantastic tank and can do fantastic things. Now, you'll see it also has a great rate of fire. The gun is accurate. The gun does good alpha damage. It's fast enough, maneuverable, and it does have that armor that will bounce, and you'll see I bounce quite a lot in this game. I bounce like a fat kid on a trampoline, actually, to be honest. So now there you go, some spotting, just using the sensor in the muzzle, so that I don't actually have to get up too far. Now, here's what I mean about the gun right now. If that was a German gun, if that was a 75mm on the Panzer 3.4 or Panzer 4, would have gone straight through. But here, closer up, the muzzle velocity isn't so important, and it goes right through to some good alpha. Straight through like a hot knife through butter, or a pedophile through a crash, and straight through. Now, I was thinking about sneaking in to take some shots here, but I know that Stug is over there, and this guy, Leo, is spotting me up, so I decided I'm going to fuck off over down the hill and see if I can reposition. By the way, I kind of have a spare dick growing out of me in this game. The little SU 85B sort of just following me around like a fucking lost dog, getting in the way. I don't really know what his deal is, but there you go. Sometimes you don't need a shell. But I just decided to use the armour there because they're good frontal armour. It does allow that nice frontal rack. It does allow you to... Do you see what I mean? This guy, he's following me around like a fucking lost dog for the whole game here. I mean, and he's kind of in the way. I don't actually know what he's doing. He's like a kind of monkey trying to fuck a doorknob or something. I don't really know what he's going to do, but anyhow, one perseveres. So I just used the frontal armour there. I mean, it really is effective for ramming, especially if you're ramming a lighter tank or a tank side on. And it's something you should consider, especially if you're in a brawl. You see the gun is good, goes straight through, and that has pretty thick armour in front. It's good doing half pipes too, as you can see. So Tony Hawk would be pretty impressed with that if Tony Hawk was a tank commander instead of being a middle-aged, washed-up skateboarder. Sorry about that, Tony. I didn't mean that. I loved your computer games when I was a kid. It's about the only skateboarding I was able to do. Because I have all the balance of a drunk fat woman and a night out in Brighton. So here we go. By the way, this is the thing about the gun here. You'll see the aiming time is not as good as a German gun. It's not as accurate as a German gun. I had been playing the Panzer IV, the Panzer III before this, and they would have made those shots. So it was my own fault really for not aligning with the new gun type. By the way, I thought I tried to track him there. I thought I had him in tracks, but he still got away. But I don't think I. You see here the gun? Watch this, bam, good shot. The M4 does have an accurate gun. I mean the gun is impressive. You know, just like the guns on young Scarlett Johansson, which we saw there. The ex-Mrs. Ryan Reynolds. That did seem to end in acrimony. I don't know why. Nothing to do with me, I have to say. I wasn't involved whatsoever. And several court cases have actually proven that, so there we go. Coming up here in the stog, he gets taken out. So I'm going to go on to here's my little appendage here again, the SU-85B. Hello. Here we go again, now coming through. A nice shot here, and then I bounce one. Yes, using that nice frontal rack. Get into cover now. I'm going to see a kind of semi-side scraping come out onto him, put one into him here, and I'm lining up for a kill shot, putting my front armour out again, but actually the little human appendage that I've had following me around, my little lost dog, takes him out instead. So we're in a good position now. It's 5 against 2. The game is more or less won. T1 Heavy up here. I'm going to move to try to take him out. T1 Heavy is kind of like my older, fatter, more aggressive brother. Those things are a bastard to penetrate, like trying to penetrate an 8-year-old nom, which, as we all know, is not easy. And if you haven't tried, you can take my word for it. Just went into the arse of him there. Nice Freddie Mercury round for him, like a nice ass looking at his Japanese flag. And then I have some nice compliments coming here from my teammates. Thank you very much. Nice bounce there. He gets massive fucking deliverance round there, and then I just come up behind him and a nice Freddie Mercury round right up the arsehole, and it's sayonara for you, my friend. So there you go. So I think overall you can see the maneuverability of the tank, able to get around the map. You can see that with the rate of fire on the gun, you can do considerable damage. 2.25k damage in a tier 5 is pretty impressive. It gets around the map very well, it's terrain friendly, and that armour does allow you to bounce, as I said. If the M4 was a person, it would look like this. Look at that frontal armour. Fantastic. And beautiful and iconic, just like the M4. So, the ex-Mrs. Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, so I think visual reminders like this are very helpful, aren't they? I mean, if you ever need an image of the M4 in your head, this is it, right? You're not going to forget it. What a pleasant image to have. Well, cheers mush. I hope you enjoyed it, and take it easy. See you on the other side. See you now. Cheers. Bye.